Have a nice day. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema, and welcome back to the Action Movie Challenge. We're on letter L, and today we're going to review Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, one of the great action movies, staples of the 80s, the ultimate buddy cop movie where you get two opposite personalities. So Lethal Weapon was directed by Richard Donner, written by Shane Black, and starring Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, and Gary Busey. Lethal Weapon tells the story of two veteran policemen who are the complete opposites and must put aside their differences to uncover a drug trafficking ring. And I will say that I think Lethal Weapon does have a great story. Shane Black has said that the blueprint for this story was Dirty Harry. You know, just taking Dirty Harry as a blueprint, and he says you mix some Frankenstein in there with Riggs' character and you get Lethal Weapon. I like how this story is uncovering things. We learn what's going on as they're learning it. You know, this real detective work. You get a lot of cool detective work. I mean, the story starts off with a suicide, and that leads to this, then leads to this, then leads to this, and then we get to these mercenaries who are drug smugglers. And one thing it does really well too is when it starts amping tension up as it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It really is a really good mix of action, comedy, and drama. And I've always loved this original movie the most because of its, you know, how serious it really gets. As soon as Murtaugh's daughter gets kidnapped, this thing just amps up the tension big time. And then we get some just great action set pieces and just great stuff from there on. And this what really brings this movie to life is the performances with Danny Glover as Murtaugh and Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs. I mean, Riggs, you know, he lost his wife in a car accident 3 years prior, so he's, you know, no one wants to work with him because he's unhinged, he's freaking crazy, he's so unpredictable. Everyone thinks he's drawn this psycho pension, you know, just to get money and stuff, but it's all in his eyes and a lot of the scenes that are crafted to show that, you know, this guy's freaking unhinged, absolutely unhinged. And get your hands on the special edition. If you don't have the special edition, you've never seen it, because there is a scene in there they took out. I understand why they took out, because it has to do with, you know, it's a schoolyard and there's a sniper, you know, popping kids off. But fucking Riggs, he goes right up there. He goes, "Hello, Mr. Sniper, sir." Got his gun like this. Just pumps this guy full of freaking lead. And it's just to show how unhinged he is. You know what I mean? And how he just walks into situations not caring if he even takes a bullet. That performance in his trailer, where he looks like he's gonna kill himself with the music and all that tension building up, and he puts the gun in his mouth, he breaks down, and we just see how suicidal he really is and how serious he really is, and how, you know, the job, this being a cop, is the only thing that's keeping this guy going. And the things he does, like he agitates criminals, man. When he makes that bust with the Christmas tree lot, he's just got, the guy's got a gun to his neck. He's just like, "Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me." The guy's just freaking crazy. Or when he takes the jumper off the building by jumping off the building. Awesome stuff. I just love Riggs. I love how Riggs has this real sense of humor too. You know what I mean? He has an extremely witty, a real physical sense of humor. You know, he loves the Three Stooges and stuff like that. But he's also loves getting in the mix. You know, nothing intimidates this guy. You're not going to push this guy. That end fight with Gary Busey and shit like that, where he's just ready, he's like, come on, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. The worst thing has already happened to this man. He lost his wife. He has nothing. He's literally, like they say, a lethal weapon, man. Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah, tell me what you got. I just love how he shows no fear, no compromise. He's just a badass. And I just miss this style of action star. You know what I mean? This style of action star where he's calling the bad guys pussies. I can't wait that it's going to be nice when I do you in. Or when he's getting electrocuted and stuff and he breaks the guy's freaking neck and he's just in it, man. He's just in the freaking mix and he's just freaking cold. And then there's a great contrast between Murtaugh and Riggs. With Murtaugh, you know, beginning we see him turn 50. He's the family man. He's the real, you know, level-headed guy, always believes that you try to arrest people, just don't shoot them. You know, he tries everything again by shooting them in the leg. It's a cool contrast with their character arcs at the end, because Mel Gibson decides to not kill Mr. Joshua at the end. He ends up getting killed anyway because of that moment he pops up, they both shoot him, but he says, you know, you're not worth it, basically. And then it's Danny Glover's character who actually kills, you know, the general guy, General McAllister or whatever. So the guy who's been saying don't kill anybody through the whole thing ends up killing one of our main villains here. So they both rub off on each other, and Mel Gibson falls in love with his family and everything. And then at the end, it comes to this great character arc that life is really worth living. He's found these people that really love him, that he could really become part of a family, all that kind of stuff. And I just love those character arcs and how they really come together. I think Gary Busey plays a great villain in this movie. And, when he's going through their house at the end and he's like, fuck Christmas or whatever, and he shoots the TV. And that fight they have at the end between Mel Gibson and Gary Busey, it's just awesome. This fight is, I really like the way he shot it. On the front lawn with the rain. It's gritty, it's muddy, it's dirty, and it looks home video. It looks like if you were to pull up to that house with the cops and everything there, it looks like a real fight that's happening, the way they shoot it, and those close-ups and everything of, them getting right in the mix, Gary Busey going, come on, Riggs, come on, and Gibson going, come on, let's see what you got, come on, I got you, just smack talking each other. That's another thing I really miss in fights, man. The way they talk to each other and smack talk each other and while they're fighting and everything. And you get great action in this movie. Great camera work when they go to rescue Murtaugh's daughter in the desert. Those shots of with the helicopter coming down and everything like that. And the sniper scene there where Mel Gibson's hiding and he's sniping everyone out.
Bingo.
It just shows you that part of Martin Riggs' character where he's just a trained killer, man. Just a born killer, the way he's taking everyone out. That would be one of my favorite action moments, man. Definitely one of my favorites in the Lethal Weapon franchise. I really love the music in this film. I love the sax going through the whole film with this, the real bluesy sax, the bluesy guitar done by Eric Clapton, I might add. I have this soundtrack on vinyl. It sounds great, man, but the music really gave it its heart with that sax and that guitar. And it really gave it its... what makes it iconic, it really is some of that music. A lot of that music, it's really important in this film. I really like it. It's different. It's what sets Lethal Weapon. When you hear that music, it's Lethal Weapon, right? You could say that about, I guess, every movie score, but this movie score really stands out. Man, guys, Lethal Weapon is just a blast every time. One of the greatest action movies of all time. Easily one of the greatest action movies of the 80s. Just awesome stuff. If you haven't seen Lethal Weapon, I highly recommend it to you guys, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you who watch me have seen this flick. So I'm going to give Lethal Weapon from 1987 a B+. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments below what you think of Lethal Weapon. Go down the rabbit hole and check out my other reviews I've done, action reviews and all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys watching this review. Appreciate your time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content coming up. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema, and I will see you next time, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.